The fourth season kicks off in 2.5 weeks. Find out how you can be involved to help special needs children. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on the fourth season of the Grand Strand Miracle League to kick off in about 2.5 weeks. And we're visiting with its executive director, Stephanie Turnmire. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. How are you?
Thanks so much for coming in. Great.
No problem. Glad to be here.
To think now, fourth season kicking off in just a couple of weeks.
I know. It's blown by, and it's been incredible for the community and these children.
You know, I think it was almost 2.5 years ago when you were with us here with Raymond Child. We were over in a different part of the studio. You had all these maps after I guess it was the inaugural year.
We did.
You were in the second year then.
We did.
And to think of everything that's happened in the interim, and of course you recently having taken on a national spot.
I have kind of volunteering my time at the moment to help other cities do what we did here in Myrtle Beach to build this special field for children with special needs to play baseball, have the opportunity to come out and play baseball.
Yes, yes. So you're traveling a good bit now.
I am. I'm traveling here and there, and when people join the organization, which is based out of Atlanta, you know, 4 years ago when we started this, we were the second field in the nation. And so now we have over 35 fields.
35?
We have 24 opening days scheduled for April, just like ours, and 101 new members across the United States. So the national level needs a lot of help at this moment, and I'm just helping as I can to start things, get things organized for the location of the field and some of the initial setup.
That is tremendous, Stephanie. That must be so thrilling for you.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
To do this for 4 years and then to actually go and see someone else do what we did here, it's very rewarding feeling.
And you're doing that as a volunteer. I mean,
At the moment, I am hoping to move into a position with that as they get funding. But just like all of our fields, we're all nonprofit and we all do our local funding and just in the initial stages of it right now. And I know that I wish someone was there to help me in the beginning. So now I'm just wanting to spread what we've learned and our experiences here.
Yeah, Stephanie. Real quick about yourself for viewers who may not have seen you a couple of years ago or the couple of times you've been with us in the interim. Are you originally from the area?
I'm from Northern Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. Grew up my whole life there and through high school, and then moved to Myrtle Beach to start school at Horry Tech. And was here for a few years at Horry Tech and then transferred to Asheville, North Carolina. And liked Myrtle Beach so much, came back and started a career here.
Yes, golly, and you sure did. Did you? Now you didn't start in right there at the Grand Strand Miracle League. You were starting somewhere else, and somehow it.
Well, I was working my way through school when the opportunity came up, and went into it kind of with co-founded it with Paul Booth, who is our president emeritus. And both of us started working on it, and I got hired as the actual executive director through the board, and started my career in that way. So it worked out perfectly, and it was God sent to all of us, and just been an amazing experience for everybody that's been involved.
Yeah, Stephanie, I think there was someone viewing television that had something to do with. Am I correct that Paul was watching?
Yeah, Paul saw the HBO special out of the field in Atlanta, Conyers, Georgia, and just was sitting on his couch one day, saw it, and said, "We need this here." He said it just hit him like a rock, and he said this is something that every community needs. And over the past 4 years, it's just spreading like wildfire.
It's rolled out into 33 more communities. You said 35 now?
We've got 16 completed fields, just like Myrtle Beach does, and then another 20 or so having an opening day in April. So they're completing the fields as we speak.
Wow, that is tremendous. Golly, Stephanie. For viewers who may not have, and I know obviously we got a little video footage of that, but for folks who may not have seen the field, can you give the viewers a sense of exactly what the field's like?
Sure. What it is it's a synthetic rubber turf. It's a $125,000 turf out of a company out of Canada, Mondo, and it's just like something you would see on a running track in the Olympics. It's all flat and accessible for any special needs, walkers, wheelchairs, and it is cushioned in case the kids do fall or have any accidents. And then the whole entire field is opened, and everything is flat. All the bases are painted on, all the lines are painted on, the pitcher's mound's painted on, and then the dugouts are accessible for wheelchairs to roll in and out without any obstacles. The field we built here originally, we paid for the turf, and then the community came together and built this incredible complex with the fencing. Conway Fencing came out and did that for us. The city of Myrtle Beach, we're on their property with the county there, Horry County Schools. Just the community came together and put this incredible field together, and now has, just from this one field, has touched the lives of over 100 children and their families, and just bettered their lives each and every day that they participate in the program.
Oh, definitely. And this is kids from all over. I mean, y'all don't discriminate as to where they come from. They're coming from all over the PD
We
areas.
really don't. We don't have any. We do ages 3 and up. We do have some adults because of their mental capacity, but we have children traveling over 2 hours to come and participate from all over the PD, south of Georgetown. We now have an opening in Charleston for the spring, so some of our kids won't have to travel as far to Myrtle Beach. They'll have their own field there in Charleston now that they can participate with.
That's tremendous, Stephanie. For a viewer needs to get off to school or to head out to work now, what's the best number for someone to call, or is there a website for them to visit to learn more?
Both, and you can just call me. I'm there directly. It's 843-448-7712.
Okay.
And we do have our website up and running. It's got most of the information on there. It's www.gsml.org. And that stands for Grand Strand Miracle League.
Okay, 843-448-7712. Or gsml.org, www.gsml.org. And that's got some tremendous information, both for folks who want to play, folks who want to volunteer, and folks who may want to donate.
Yeah, we do. We're set up through PayPal, and you can go on there and make a donation right there online, and it will go directly into our account. And all of the funds raised here locally stay here locally, and they go directly to the kids, the field, and the program.
That's fantastic. What's a typical now? Y'all have some events on Friday nights, but almost most regularly on. Okay.
This is new for us. This is the first year that we're going to actually have an advanced league, because we've going into our 4th season. We've got some kids who have learned the game and want to actually play the rules, which is amazing to see where they started and where they are now. So we're starting an advanced league, and we're going to do that part of the time, and then the Just for Fun League like we've done in the past 3 years.
Right.
And what we're doing is scheduling the first 5 Saturdays of the season, 11 and 12 o'clock game, and we'll do the Just for Fun at 11 and the Advanced at 12.
Oh, wow.
And then when the governor came out a few years back, the kids were so excited about the night game and the lights and just how it felt to be out on the field.
Right.
They felt like they were truly, part of the professional game. So because of the lighting issues, and we've got that taken care of now, we're going to do some Friday night games just to mix it up for the last 3 weeks of the season. And those will be a 6 and a 7 o'clock game, same as the Advanced and Just for Fun League.
So on those Friday nights, you'll still have games the next day as well?
No, we'll switch the Saturdays to the Friday nights, and
Right.
it'll be an 8-week season, but once a week, either Friday or Saturday.
How exciting! Now you said again the games kick off. The games kick off at 11 most Saturdays, but then of course the last 3 weeks of the year of the season. Now y'all have 2 seasons a year.
Oh, yes, we do. We have spring and fall, so we do 16 weeks out of the year. And then we also do either a team party at the end of the season, some type of holiday get-together. Every holiday we do some type of party, and that's where Raymond and Jerry have come in and been so great with us and gotten food donated, and they are there on the day-to-day basis working with the kids, working with the events for them and their families, and we just try to make it more than a baseball program. and just a better life for these families that they've never seen before.
And these are local families, or as you said, folks who are traveling in from all over. I mean, it's making a dramatic difference in their lives. This being the first one in Conyers, Georgia, now in Myrtle Beach, and of course to think the expansion. You said to Charleston, that'll be kicking off this April as well.
They kicked off one game in the fall, but their true season will start this April with their completed field. And when we went down, it was amazing to see. Actually, you know, it started here, and then to see these people going throughout the communities and volunteers. A lot of these boards are all volunteers put together and doing this program for the children. And they've got over 100 kids there participating, just like we do here. It's amazing to see the number of kids that can actually come out and play. You never think that they could do a sport, and they're out there playing.
That's incredible, Stephanie. Think through I guess you could try to think through a typical Saturday, what that's like for you as well as so many of the other volunteers. Maybe you can share with the viewers the difference between a buddy and any of the other volunteers that are out that day.
Okay. Well, when we come out on a Saturday, we run with close to 80 to 100 volunteers every Saturday. And that depends, obviously, on how many kids we have coming out. But right now we have close to 100 kids enrolled for the spring season, and we'll need a buddy for each child. And we'll also need volunteers. All of our coaches are volunteers. Our umpires are volunteers. Team mothers volunteering. We've got the concession stand where that helps us raise funds for equipment and uniforms. Those are all volunteers. And then we also have a merchandise stand that sells Miracle League merchandise. And that is also volunteers.
Wow.
And we always ask, too, if you don't feel comfortable getting out on the field with the kids, because you will once you see them play, but it may take a time or two just to sit in the stands and cheer them on. Because a lot of the families are on the field helping out, and having the stands full is what the kids really, really enjoy. And when they come around to home plate and the stands are going off and everyone's cheering and clapping, it's an amazing feeling for them to think that they did something that they never thought they could do. So any of those opportunities are opened. If you just give us a call, we'll tell you when and where we need you. And it's 8 weeks, and you can come out 1 week. If you can't come the next, that's fine. We do have a lot of volunteers who come every week, and they pair up with the same child. And to be a buddy, you don't have to have any baseball skills. You just have to have the love for the children, and whatever their special need is, we'll let you know ahead of time. Meet up with their parents and go through, if it's a wheelchair, you know, help push them around the bases or help field the ball and hand it to them. Whatever their special need is, you're there one-on-one with them doing that. And to me, that's the best part about being a volunteer out there, is being the one-on-one with the kids and becoming friends with them, and seeing they're just children. You know, they may have a special need, but they're just children, just like any of us or any of our children.
And Stephanie, for the parents to be able to sit back in the crowds and cheer them on, as opposed to being right there, which is their normal role.
And it gives these parents the opportunity to just sit down and relax for a moment. You know, the disability could be a 24-hour-a-day issue at home, and for them to get there and sit down and talk with other parents that are going through the same issues, and then to see their child actually out there having that much fun. I mean, I can't imagine the feeling. I really can't. But it's been, some of the parents just come to me and they say, you don't know what it's done for me to be able to talk to so-and-so and see that I'm not the only one out there that has this. And it's just like a support group, and then they get, it's free time for them just to sit back and relax.
How easy is it for a parent or a child to sign up? I mean, how easy is it for a family member to sign a child up?
They just have an application, they sign up. We ask for a $35 donation, which a lot of the families can't afford, so we don't make it mandatory. And that covers their uniform and their hat, and thereafter we have a team party with a medal or a trophy. But just sign them up, and we place them onto a team where they'd be appropriate. And that's about it. They get their uniform, they get a coach, and the coach calls them every week to remind them of their game times. And we try to do it just like a Little League or a Dixie Youth League would do. And have it just as normal as we can for these children that have never had normality in their life.
For a parent who may be watching, or a grandparent or aunt or uncle who may be familiar with a child with special needs, what's the extent? I mean, you've got special needs children of all levels.
We do. We have every level of special needs. And throughout the school districts, there's separate levels of special needs throughout the classes, and we go by that. I mean, we have some children that are out that just have ADD or ADHD, and they just are set aside that by that ADD that they can't play on a regular team. So they're out playing with us. And then we have some so severe that they're in wheelchairs, and to me and you, we wouldn't think they would know they were even there or doing what they were doing. But, you know, we've had cases where, you know, science might say they don't know where they are, but we know that they realize what they're doing and the fun that they're having and what it's done to their lives. So anywhere in between, from so severe to just something that you wouldn't be able to play in a regular league for. And we don't have any regulations on the disability. Anybody's welcome to come out and play.
That's fantastic. No regulations on the disability. Anyone's, as long as they can get there. How early do folks need to be to arrive? If they haven't signed up ahead of time for Saturday the 9th for opening day, can they can't sign up that day, can they?
We've had people do that, but we like them to do it in advance so that the kids come in their uniform.
Right.
But we will have extra uniforms that day. We'll have every size there available.
Great.
We do always have a handful of kids that just show up that day that heard about it that week, or you know, too early or too late to sign up. So they just come on out and we sign them up and they play that day.
The great thing someone could do right now is call the 843-448-7712 number to get, and if they didn't have access to the internet, you all could fax them, or if they had access to a fax machine,
we
fax
can
them the
email,
application.
fax, or mail it to them.
Okay.
Or come by the office, or I can deliver it. However, just to get the kids signed up and get their uniforms ordered, get them on insurance, things like that up front would be best. But if not, then come on out and just check it out that day, and they can try it out and see if they like it.
So the children, it's children, just like the volunteers and the buddies, don't have to be there for every game. Obviously, you want them to be, but because of the restraints potentially on the parents, particularly if they're driving in from the PD or southeastern North Carolina, it may be difficult every Saturday or even those Friday nights early on. They're able to get in even a handful of games each season.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people who are traveling long distances. If you can't be here every week, you know, do it a few times. I mean, that still will make an incredible difference in their life. And we've had some kids that have come out for a few games and then gotten sick and been in and out of the hospital. And, you know, throughout the hospital stay, that's all these kids are thinking about. They just want to get out of the hospital and back into their schools and playing baseball. That's what they think about. And even if they come out for a few games, it's still going to make a huge difference. And then, you know, they're a part of our program, and they're part of all of our other activities that we do throughout the year.
Stephanie, if there's so many focus areas for y'all, and of course with Saturday the 9th being the kickoff of the season, if it's a rain day, what do y'all do?
We basically decide that morning, and then we'll call the coaches, and the coaches will call and cancel, and we'll reschedule for the next Saturday. If we're in our first week, we'll go, you know, into our 9th week and make that game up just at the end of the season. And knock on wood, we've never been rained out more than once every season.
Is that right? Wow.
Out of 4 years, we've only had one rain day every season.
Oh, come on.
So that's what we're used to. We just do it at the end of the season, and it works out really well.
That's tremendous. April 9th's kicking off, 11 a.m. Folks, if they haven't yet signed up, obviously they need to sign up. We got about 7 minutes, and I think y'all have a big fundraiser the Saturday after that, as well as some of the real critical needs right now.
We've been blessed. The JCs have chosen the Miracle League to do a poker run for, and that is on April 16th. They're starting it that morning. They're actually going to make a stop at the Miracle League field, and all the bikes are going to show up at the field during one of the games so that everybody participating in the poker run can see what they're helping raise money for. And that's exciting to us, to get people out to the field, because we can sit here all day and talk about it, but the moment you get out there and you see the joy on these kids' faces and what they can accomplish, it's such an amazing feeling, and you can't do justice for it without seeing it. But they're going to do part of that, show up at the game, and they're taking bikers or car drivers, either one, and we've got the bars, the 5 bars lined up for the run. They've got some incredible prizes lined up. They've got some cash prizes. And then at the end of the day, we've got HB Spokes doing the final party that night with some really great food, some music, and just a good time for everybody to come out and enjoy the fundraiser.
So they're leaving at 10 a.m. from Jimmigan's that morning down in Merle's Inland, and ending up, I think it says, it stops anytime between noon and 6 up there at HB Spokes. But of course, if folks are coming by the field, they'll probably spend a good while there.
They've got the Doghouse, the Miracle League Field, Jimmigan's, and the Blue Marlin as 5 of the stops. And then
Right.
HB Spokes will be the final draw for your 5th hand. And then a lot of raffle prizes will be going on that night. And HB Spokes is donating everything that night so that we can put all the proceeds towards the Miracle League kids.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. That's going to be huge. And they have been instrumental in so many poker runs for
Right.
so many charities. But to know that, I mean, HB Spokes has,
Right.
to see the JCs wrap it around the Grand Strand Miracle League is a huge, huge
Everybody's been so supportive, and that's how we've gotten to the point where we are today. There's so many people to thank, and it's just been amazing what it's done for us.
What are some of the critical needs right now? Do you all have any critical needs? Any of the
We do.
fundraising focus areas right
We
now?
do. Of course, every year we have our program expenses.
Right.
And now we're in the process of building a bathroom facility.
Okay.
Up to this point, we've had the portables, and those have not worked out well for children in wheelchairs. And as you can imagine, a lot of the kids are in diapers, and they need a changing area. So what we've done is Derek Mazingo's agreed to design this bathroom, and he's done that and just done an incredible job on this piece. And now we are raising the funds. We're close to having what we need. We do need a little bit more to build this. It's going to be 2 bathrooms and a concession stand and a storage area.
Okay.
And that concession stand will also help us raise funds for the program each year. So what we put into this is going to come right back out of it to help us in the future. And right now we're looking for people to help with materials and labor. C.L. Benton and Sons with Carson Benton and his family has wrapped this around this project, and they're going to help do all the contracting and getting everything set up.
Great.
And now we're just looking for funding for the materials or construction companies that may have the materials to donate to us.
Do you know what that critical figure is, Stephanie? Or, of course, as you said, if materials can be donated, that would cut into the dollar amount.
We are hoping to get the building done for about $50,000.
Okay.
And we've got we've had a lot of donations that came in strictly for that.
Right.
A lot of donations in memory of Michael Child, and we want to do something special on that bathroom for him. I mean, that family's been so instrumental in our program, but. So we're pretty much halfway there, I would say, and looking for a little bit more funding or materials.
Great.
Because I know that if we could get the materials, it would bring that cost down tremendously.
Yes. You have the normal sponsorship opportunities. You still have some sponsorship opportunities available. Any of the
We do.
We've
got the
T-shirts.
We've got the team sponsors. 2 of the team sponsors are left right now.
Oh, great.
And we know you've done those sponsorships
yes, we've
in the
done
past.
a number of those in the past. That's
Yeah,
right. Hopefully
so-
that's prompted other folks to come on board.
Definitely.
That's great.
We've got 2 left for the spring season, and those last a year. So the kids wear those
Wow,
jerseys, and
great.
they have their names on the back of the T-shirts for a year. We also have the field opportunities where your company's banner in memory of someone will go up on the field.
Right.
Those are $1,500 sponsorships.
Okay.
For someone on a lower level, we have our brick patio. We call it the Walk of Faith. And you can buy a brick, and a bronze plaque will be placed in the brick and have your name on it, your company's name, or in memory or in honor of someone. And then as we get closer to building the bathrooms, we're going to also have a large donor wall of fame where we'll have opportunities to put some stuff up there. And throughout the field, we have a lot of opportunities, dugout sponsorships.
Sure.
Batter's box sponsorships, pitcher's mound, bases, things like that.
Great.
Where we're just trying to fix up the field a little bit to get it looking and to know that the community's been so involved.
Absolutely. And some of those change out every year as well.
Yeah. The field sponsorships are a yearly donation, and those banners come up and down, so we always have opportunity for that.
Great.
And the majority of our banners up are people who did help originally, and those will stay up because they helped in the initial stages of the building process.
What's the best number for someone to call if they want to be a part of the poker run for to benefit the Grand Strand Miracle League on Saturday the 16th? Stephanie?
They can call me at that number, or they can call directly 843-602-7097.
Okay,
And that will go-
843-602-7097.
That will go directly to the JCs that are putting this on, and they can get tickets and everything going.
That could be a tremendous fundraising opportunity, good day or not. I mean,
Right.
you know, and bikers, and particularly if cars are available. I mean, folks folks would have the opportunity to get out, and y'all will still be at the Miracle League, still be out at the field that day, even if it's a rained out day.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is great.
We'll make it a stop.
Which is tremendous. Stephanie, for you, you know, as you think back to kicking off the season the first season 3.5 years ago, now that y'all are rolling into your fourth season, what's this been like for you as you look back in a retrospective?
It's been an amazing journey. It really has. The biggest thing for me is to see the field built, and then to see these other communities coming together and doing the same thing we're doing here. But to see a child come out and get up to bat for the first time and not want to hit or not want to run, or just not be real happy about it, and now to see them 3 years ago and they can't live without it. Some of the autistic children that they have to have their routine have gotten into this, stepping up to bat by themselves, hitting a pitch where they always hit a tee in the beginning. Just some of the simple things that these kids have done over the years because of this baseball program, and because of the community people who came together and the leaders who helped put this program together. I just think that that's been my proudest moment, is to sit out there and see these kids and where they've come over the past 3 years, and to see their families and what it's done to the families.
Absolutely. Stephanie, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Definitely. Good luck as you kick off the season.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Stephanie Turnmire coming up next. The Grand Strand Miracle League gives special needs children the opportunity to get out in the sunshine, to play baseball in its purest form. But the real thrilling side there is to think about the parents who are able to sit back and watch their children bask in the sunlight, and to have the buddy involved and all the volunteers out there. You heard Stephanie talk about it. It's virtually a 1-to-1 ratio. It's even more than that. But you have to take the time to get out there. Give her a call at 843-448-7712 to pinpoint a date that's good for you. Hopefully you're available on Saturday, April 9th, as the season kicks off, or you may be available for the poker run the Saturday after that, and get out there and be a part of that to help the Myrtle Beach JCs make a difference for the Grand Strand Miracle League. Again, you can go online at gsml.org, but take the time to get out there, whether it's Saturday, April 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, the experience itself of seeing everyone enjoy the lives of all is a treat.